Good morning, Knicks Nation. Today is Friday. Happy Friday, the 26th day of December 2025. I hope you're all safe and healthy today, and your families are safe and healthy, and that the needs of you and your family in terms of food, shelter, clothing, as well as health are being met today. Blessings upon those that work in the area of health, along with first responders every day trying their best to save lives. Those also that pick up garbage, keep our places clean, and those that make deliveries for our convenience. Double blessings on the men and women trying to help rescue, deliver, and recover teenagers and children, victims of child molestation and pedophilia. People that are out here trying to help those that are victims of prostitution, pornography, child pornography, human trafficking, and sex slavery. Double curses on all the perpetrators, profiteers, and perverts that create the demands that cause these ugly industries to exist. Finally, double blessings on the homeless. More than 700,000 men, women, children, families, senior citizens, military veterans, homeless in the United States of America, and millions around the world in worse conditions. Blessings upon them, for theirs is the kingdom. There was a basketball game yesterday at Madison Square Garden. New York Knicks defeated the Cleveland Cavaliers 126-124. The Cleveland Cavaliers, as I mentioned yesterday, they were going to come out with game busters. They were going to come out to balls, Madison Square Garden. It's Christmas. They wanted to really show out. And they tried their best. But there's one thing the Knicks have that Cleveland doesn't have. Jalen Brunson. And Jalen Brunson, as I said yesterday, never bet against Jalen Brunson. So, and they found out yesterday. The Cleveland Cavaliers found out what we already know. We got the assassin of all assassins on our squad. Brunson, 34 points. He had 4 assists. He had, 3 turnovers. He was minus 17, but he got saved. See, they were killing Brunson and Kolek at one point on defense, but then Kolek and Clarkson combined for 41 points off the bench, plus 37 together. And they willed the Knicks. They saved the Knicks because, look, OG was minus 3. He wasn't shooting the ball well. He was playing decent defense, but he was minus 3. Josh Hart, trying his best, always 100%, hurt his ankle, minus 19. And I mentioned Brunson, minus 17. But Bridges was plus 9, and Karl Anthony Towns was plus 7. As much as Cat does stupid fouls, he had 4, he's got too many facets of his game. Too much talent to really deny him. I mean, he only scored 11 points, but he had 14 boards. Okay, and again, the defense was better for him than it's been since he's been in the Knick uniform in his last few weeks. So Towns and Bridges, man, tremendous block. I think it was on Darius Garland in the fourth quarter. That fourth quarter, the Knicks outscored the Cleveland Cavaliers 42-28. Oh my gosh. See, this is the thing about a team that usually plays 48 minutes. Now, this started under Tom Thibodeau, to be fair. Tom Thibodeau made sure they played, as we know, sometimes they play with the starters all the way to the last seconds, But they carried that over. The next man up mentality, along with 48 minutes. They didn't do it all the time this year, but they do it more than they don't. And the record shows that, after 30 games, I was hoping the Knicks would be 20-10 after 30 games. I would be very happy if they were 20-10. They're 21-9. Okay? 21-9. And they haven't had the full team together for a minute. But I was disappointed yesterday that Deuce wasn't able to play. I'm looking for him to play tomorrow night. He's ready. I mean, he's been shouting that he wanted to play. So the Knicks are just holding him back, make sure we got it long term. But Kolek really has turned into Marquette Kolek. I mean, Marquette Kolek was MVP, Big East Tournament MVP. And Kolek, New York, got the Marquette Kolek right now. 16 points on 5 of 9 shooting, very efficient. 4 of 5 from the field, 2 of 2 from the line, 9 assists, some serious dimes too yesterday. And then, of course, Clarkson was playing West 4th Street all the way. West 4th Street record going off from the street ball level, and 25 on 9 of 17 shooting, 5 threes for him, plus 13, playing defense too. And you see, look, we still got Deuce, Shaman. This is the thing. We talk about a team like, say, Philadelphia. Philadelphia is tougher than I thought this year because they have, they're really, you would think, I mean, if you looked at it, Joel Embiid being who he is, you figure they're going to work around Joel Embiid. But they got slick and they work around their strengths. Joel Embiid is no longer the top strength of Philadelphia because he's always hurt. So you can't count on him, and he can't play back-to-backs, blah, blah, blah. But they got guards, strength at the guard spot. All NBA Tyrese Maxey. Guy that's in the running for Rookie of the Year, VJ Edgecombe. Then they got my boy Grimy. And then they got McCain. They got 4 serious guards. And they play off of them. Everybody else, like when you're talking about Philly, right? I'm going to bring up why I'm talking about them in a second. But when you're talking about Philly, Kelly Oubre is a decent player. Paul George is on the other side of his prime. They really got the guards. And then Joel Embiid when he's around, right? When he decided to get up off his sick bed and play. And so they're playing off the strength of their guards. And they got guards. But this is the thing about the Knicks. The Knicks got Brunson, McCall, Deuce, Shamet, Kolek, Clarkson. And them 6 are better than Philly's 4. Okay? And in fact, when you look at the East, really, I don't think there's any team that got the backcourt firepower that the Knicks have. There's no team. I mean, not Boston, not Detroit even. Detroit's deep too. I mean, Detroit, we know about Cade. He's the superstar. And then they got Jaden Ivey, Karis LeVert, Duncan Robinson. They got 4 really good guards. And then Ausar Thompson, who's a swingman, he can play 2 guard, he can play small forward. He can guard 1 through 5, Ausar Thompson. So you got some solid guards there. But see, okay, Cunningham, Ivey, Duncan, LeVert, Ausar Thompson. That's 5. Again, the Knicks have Brunson, McCall, Deuce, Shannon, Kolek, Jordan Clarkson. That's 6. Our 6 beats their 5. Okay? The Knicks are deep. And it's like Richard Pryor said, the water cold is deep too. Because the Knicks are deep. It's deep too. Okay? And I'm telling y'all. So, and then McCall, the Roadrunner's doing his thing. The Mike Brown style fits McCall. He doesn't play too many minutes. He plays a good 30, 35 minutes. He runs the floor all night long. And when he's hitting his jumper, man, look, he's averaging 35 minutes a night, averaging 17 points a night. And then again, so from 3 points percentage, McBride's average 44, Landry Shamet 42, McCall 42, Hart 39, okay, Brunson 38, OG 37, Carlton 36. Now, Kolek's number, I'm expecting that to rise. He's at 34. But now he's in the flow. He was 4 or 5 last night. That's 80% from 3. So, and the defense, as I said, Brunson was getting attacked, so was Kolek at first. They were victimizing them. But then they stiffened up. And then it was on. And this is the thing. It don't matter how down we are. Because come 4th quarter, they coming. The Knicks coming. Okay? They're going. The thing is, Knicks Nation, in the league, every team makes a run. It doesn't matter how the game starts. The Knicks score, and they've done it, score 70 points and a half and lose. Why? Because every team in the league makes a run. The league is too good. There's too much parity. Everybody's going to make a run. But the Knicks runs are more powerful than most NBA teams. They coming. And Jalen Brunson is an indomitable type of spirit dude. Like, he's not going to get beat. He's going to try to beat you any little way, from how he takes the ball out of bounds to a couple of extra seconds on the clock to how he makes it. You know what? He floats forward on his 3-pointer. I know it looks like a natural motion, but believe me, when they instituted the rule, he made sure he could land on somebody's foot. I'm telling you. That's how slick the boy is. So he gets his 3+ and Kolek feeling confident, talking all kind of mess. So, yeah, and we not even hit the stride yet, for real. I mean, when Deuce and Shamet get back in the lineup and we got everybody, it's going to be rough. And the thing is, because Jordan Clarkson really, he could play point, but he really is a two guard. So you got Clarkson, McCall, and Deuce can play the two. You got Deuce with Brunson, and of course Kolek could play the point. You got Shamet, that's a two. So there's just too much. We can shuffle dudes in and out. Like you can divide it. It could be 20 minutes, 25 minutes each. And again, Deuce can play point and two, and Brown uses him like that. Shamet's a two, Kolek's a point. Brunson can play off ball, which really means two, along with point. We got too much firepower, man. This team is too deep. Now look at this, check it out. We beat San Antonio, in the Cup final last week with Victor Wembanyama, right? Mm-hmm. But see, in a lot of ways, the NBA is a lot like boxing. You can have a guy like a Tyson, right? Mike Tyson, he could walk through people, right? He could just walk through people, but then the right style can stifle him. Evander Holyfield. The right style can get him frustrated. So it's about styles, one versus the other, right? One of the things that made Floyd Mayweather so great is that he could adapt his style to the opponent. That's one of the reasons I think he's one of the greatest, definitely the top 3 greatest fighters of all time. Because it wasn't just like he's just a speed dude or a defensive dude, although he could do both of that. He used the first 3 rounds to adapt his style to what the opponent was doing and then beat the opponent at his own game. So it was a game of styles, the box, prize fighting on the professional level. Well, basketball is like that. It's about matchups. The Oklahoma City Thunder do not match up well with the San Antonio Spurs. And it's been proven. The last 2 games, San Antonio spanked them. And the reason is the matchups. They don't match up well. And it's not like an individual player. It's an overall vibe of the matchup. San Antonio just plays good against the style of Oklahoma City. Whereas the Knicks beat San Antonio because the Knicks match up well with San Antonio, but not Detroit. So not Oklahoma City, sorry. So in the West, I know people looking at Denver, and yes, Denver's tough. There's no doubt. Denver is playing well when they subbed out Porter, right, and brought in the kid from Brooklyn, the boy out of North Carolina. I'll remember his name in a second. Don't say that. Don't type it, okay? I know y'all just love to try to correct it, brother, but don't worry. But he's hurt now. The boy is hurt now. That boy is hurt, and so with Jokic, Murray, they got Tim Hardaway Jr. Okay, look, they good, but and Joker is all world. That's what makes the difference. Obviously, Joker is all world. But I'm telling you, I don't believe they're good enough to overcome San Antonio and Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City and San Antonio match up very well against the Nuggets. So I'm not as worried about them. If I'm in the West, I'm not worried about the Nuggets as much. You got Cameron Johnson's the guy I was talking about. You gotta deal with them for sure. You can't sleep on them. They could beat you, right? But Cameron Johnson's out 4 to 6 weeks, right knee contusion. So they're gonna miss him. But because you got the Joker, but you need that supporting cast. Cameron Johnson's been the difference maker, in my view, for them. While still Deron Holmes is still developing, right? I ain't forgot him. I still think that boy gonna be a monster. But for now, it's Jokic, Murray, and it was Cameron Johnson. But now Cameron Johnson, he's out for extended time. Okay, it's important. So San Antonio can win the West. That's what I'm trying to say. San Antonio could take the West, as well, of course, as Oklahoma City. So now it becomes very interesting. So if Oklahoma City comes out the West and the Knicks come out the East, that's going to be a tough matchup for the Knicks. But listen, Indiana took them 7 games last year, and I know the Knicks could do the same thing. But if San Antonio comes out the West, I like our chances against San Antonio in the 7-game series. I love our chances, okay? Especially with the Assassin. I mean, they got De'Aaron Fox, and he's rough, man. There's no doubt. De'Aaron Fox been rough since he was 14 years old. I seen video of this boy dunking when he's 14 years old in a game. And he's just as bad now, obviously now. Then he was Kentucky. He's a bad news. He's a bad dude. And then, of course, they got, the supporting cast, the rookie Harper, of course. They got him. They got the young boy Castle. They rough, man. Castle, we saw him. Castle was putting the hurting on the Knicks. But the niggas overcame it. Of course, they got our boy Devin Vassell. They got a nice team. Harper, Champagne, Kellen Johnson, Luke Cornett. Then they start with Devin Vassell, Castle, and Fox. They rough, man. And they match up well with Oklahoma City. So this is going to be very interesting. So it's going, the Knicks, I'm not saying it's clear sailing to the top of the East. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be grind. It's going to be a dogfight. Do you think Detroit just giving up that top spot? No, we got to have to take it. But I think we're capable of doing that. So, and right now, really, the way Kolek is playing, please. I like Jose Alvarado, but come on, stop. We don't need him. We don't. For what? For what? We got a crowded backcourt right now. We got 6 dudes that can ball. So, we don't need another guy. And I don't want to be trading Kolek anywhere right now. Even though Kolek, he would definitely, if he doesn't start, he'll be the first guard to bench in New Orleans. He would. So, because they got Jeremiah Fears, the rookie, playing the point there. But Kolek could either start or come off the bench for New Orleans right now. So, but I don't want to trade him. I don't. But I do want Sadiq Bey. If they're going to clean house and whatnot. Yabu for Sadiq. Yabu and Daddy for Sadiq. Let's do that. Okay? The money works. The fit works. Daddy is a young boy. They can use a young boy down there. They rebuilding. Go with the other young boys. They rebuilding. They're going to trade Zion. Zion is, I'm going to tell, by the time you get to next July, Zion going to be in another uniform. I'm going to tell you that right now. I don't care what he does. I don't care if he loses a ton of weight, if he gets down to 230. He gone. They tired of him. They tired of messing with him, man. So he getting ready to get traded. I don't know what they're going to do with Trey Murphy III. He's a talented young man. And he's young. They might try to get first rounders for him. I would. And then Herb Jones. Herb Jones also is another asset. So Jeremiah Fears starts at the point. Zion's going to get traded. You got Derek Queen. They're going to build with the youngins. Derek Queen, Jeremiah Fears. If they want to keep Trey Murphy, there's your youngins you can start to build with. So they looking for more youngins. Here come Daddy, right? So they looking for more youngins that they could build with. We'll see, how this, and Micah Peavy, let me not forget him. They got a bunch of young. Micah Peavy is 24. He's a young dude too, 6'7", 220 out of Georgetown. Got him in the second round. And so they got youngins. Okay. We'll see if we can pry Sadiq away from them. That'd be good. But we don't need to get Alvarado. I like Alvarado. He would fit in the Knicks culture. He's from the New York area, Brooklyn. He would fit in the culture. But with Kolek is playing, and you still got Deuce and Shaman on deck, I don't think so, man. I think we're good. I think we set. So the Knicks looking good. I'm excited for the possibility of getting Deuce back tomorrow night against the ATL. Leprechaun is back. So we're going to play against them. And then I'm hoping, next week we can see some Shaman. I'm thinking Shaman is ready. So we got to see what the report is. They haven't given us no update. You know how the Knicks are secretive about this mess. So we'll see. But I'm hoping we can get some Shaman action next week, because Shaman is a difference maker, especially come playoff time. So we'll see. But in the meantime, what a win yesterday. Mike Brown called it the best win of the season. I think the San Antonio game where Brunson hit that last 3 was on par with that, but I ain't gonna argue with him. That was a hell of a win yesterday for the Knicks, coming down from 17 down to beat them. in Madison Square Garden on Christmas Day, on a matinee game. Yeah, yeah. So your team, New York, is top notch. We don't need nothing. So he said, we need another player. No, we don't need nothing. If you follow basketball, if you know anything about basketball, leave this team alone. Let this damn team gel and just flow. We good. Okay, we good. Just hopefully everybody stays healthy. You all enjoy your Friday. Happy Friday to you. Enjoy your weekend. Let's get this dub tomorrow at the ATL. It's a 3-game road trip. Let's get this dub at the ATL and do our thing. Sure.